Nick, when you're ready, please.
Daniel, the 2-week break, how's it been? A chance perhaps for a mini reset, having players working close to hand, getting players' fitness levels back up, integrating new players as well. How's it been?
Was good, much needed, if I'm honest, also beneficial. So the 8 weeks before were packed with work, and lots of stuff were ongoing, and was also important to recover for a few days, and it was definitely necessary. And then it was also good to have time on the training pitch. First of all, obviously, with a bit smaller group, because many players were also involved in the national team games. It was good to have a smaller group to be able to work individually a little bit, also on some details, and also on the fitness and the shape of some players. And then obviously since Wednesday we are back all together as a whole group. Obviously it's also not too much time, but then also still then knowing, okay, this is a group we'll face in the next upcoming month, and also this is a group. With this group, we want to achieve our targets, and that we right now also have clarity, and the uncertainty is away, and we can also concentrate on good training sessions, and right now go with this group into the game. So it feels good, and recharge the energy is back, and then we can head right now also into a pretty busy period.
Sure, the fixtures they're going to be coming thick and fast. You've had some injury concerns, the likes of. It's quite a list. Dan James, Junior Firpo, Patrick Bamford, Liam Cooper. Can you give us an update on where these players are at currently?
Yes, all in all, much improved. We have on long-term list still Stuart Dallas, but he's also improving. Patrick Bamford is still out. He will also miss the 3 games within 6 days, but we're quite hopeful that he will also return back to the team training quite soon, hopefully even in the end of next week, or perhaps the week after. So it's also much improved. Sadly, Junior Firpo is out. He trained with us last week, but it's quite normal after being out for such a long time. And sometimes there's a reaction of the body, and he has some problems with his hip. So the last days was just possible individual training for him. So he will definitely miss the game at Millwall. And that's more or less it. There is a question mark behind Jet Spence. First of all, he missed some sessions in some days due to private reasons, and then yesterday in training he got a knock against his knee, his lateral ligament, and we need to wait for some further assessment. Today it was not possible to train, so I would label it. It's definitely a major doubt also for the weekend. And all the other players that you've mentioned will return back. So Liam Cooper back in team training in full team training since yesterday. Also Sam Byram back in team training the whole week. Daniel James back in team training the whole week. Also our latest signings with Ilya Gruev and also Glenn Kamara right now since Wednesday back in team training after their duties on international level. So all in all, quite a big group and some good training sessions in the last days, and definitely good news for us.
Okay, and Millwall on Sunday, they just missed out on the playoffs obviously last season, so it's going to be another tough test. Traditionally as well, Daniel, you will know it's been a highly charged fixture. There's a lot of rivalry there. How important is it from your perspective the players focus on the fixture and not the occasion?
Yes, it's always the same. So each and every game on championship level is unbelievably important, because it's always about 3 points. It's always a chance to improve your situation, to gain more confidence, to gain more momentum. And yes, I'm full of respect of the work of Gary Rowett, unbelievably experienced coach on this level. I think you always see his handwriting in each and every team that he coached, and I'm unbelievably respectful, because his side plays always with lots of spirit and lots of aggressiveness and lots of team spirit, and they go for it. They are always well structured, pretty good in defending, so that some momentum in the last games, 4 points in the last 2 games. We are really respectful, but we also know when we are there at our best, the Den is a tough place to go, I know it, but when we are there at our best, we have a chance to win points wherever we go, and this is also our topic. We want to concentrate on our performance, pretty respectful and also aware of the strengths of Millwall, but we want to be there with the best possible performance, and if we're capable to bring it on the pitch, then we have also a good chance to win points.
Thanks, Daniel. Cheers.
Adam. Danny, can I ask you about your midfield? Now you've got some new players in there. How do you see the midfield developing, and who do you really see, say, as a 10 position?
Well, first of all, I think it was much needed that we add some depth to the squad, also in midfield positions, and also some quality. But because I spoke before about it, we can't rely on that. Ethan Ampadu is available each and every second within 46 games and 2 cup competitions, and the same with the 17-year-old Archie Gray. I think they were fantastic so far, and I have nothing to criticize because they were 2 of our best performers so far during the season. But it's pretty important for us to have the likes of Ilya Gruev, of Glenn Kamara together with us, and for that it's also important to have them with us, also competition, and that we are capable to react also during games, and also to react sometimes to the load. And yes, up front in the more creative positions we have several options. Perhaps we don't have a natural number 10, but let's be honest. So when you judge even the best teams in this country, when I speak about Man City or Liverpool or the others, they also quite often don't play with a proper number 10, like more or less all teams were doing this 20 years ago. So we have players who are capable to be creative in these roles. For example, Jan Poveda can do this. Chris Summerville can do this. We had Joel Perreault in a slightly deeper position, not like a natural number 10, but also to add some goals also out of midfield position. So definitely also a position that he can fulfill. Also Joe Gelhardt can play even a bit behind one striker. So we have players who can fill the number 10 role, perhaps not like proper number 10 like Paul Gascoigne 20 years ago, but so also nowadays you play quite often also with different type of players, and I'm quite confident that we have enough quality and also enough creativity within our squad in order to find final passes and also to find more end products, because this is definitely something we want to improve. We have created an unbelievable amount of chances also in the last games, but lacked a bit of end products, and it was not always the finishing pass, but also sometimes the finishing in front of the goal. So we had so many 1-against-1 situation on the goalkeeper. Even a proper number 10 wouldn't have helped in this situation behind. So it's more like, come on, let's be brutal and clinical in finishing. So for that, I'm happy with my squad.
And how have you built up the confidence, Daniel? What have you done with Jorginho Ruta in these few weeks? Because obviously he's the clear number 9 at the moment, especially with Patrick being out injured. How do you build him up?
There's always just one solution: hard work. Because it's not so much about psychological games or something like this. It's more like, come on, work hard, bring yourself into a really good fitness level, concentrate on the performances, because it never works if you're just playing, I have to score, and you set yourself under pressure. It's more like, no, concentrate on being a really good teammate, to link the play well, to work good against the ball. And then sometimes the goals are coming automatically. So it's also, I was a striker, I had the spells. Sometimes you just have to watch the ball and the ball goes in and you can't explain why. And sometimes you find it unbelievably difficult to use your chances. So during this period, it's always important not to feel sorry for yourself or to complain about fate. It's more like concentrate on working hard for the team, and then the goals will come automatically, not just for Georgie, but also like for Joel Perreault, for example, for Patrick Bamford if he's back. We have also other players like Joe Gelhardt, for example, who can play also up front, and this is a major topic. But all in all, I have to say, yes, we have missed many chances in the last home game against Sheffield, but the game before, my offensive leads were brilliant. So Ipswich, a side who started really well, were not able to handle our quality, and all our offensive players have scored. So the momentum can change quite quick. And one game day before, we would have spoken about, we are there with lots of confidence, and all the offensive players have scored. Yes, in the last game we've missed too many chances anyhow. Then we are speaking about confidence level again. So don't worry too much about it. Just concentrate on hard work, and then I think we have enough quality that the goals will come.
Is this the first time that you've actually had a headache in a happened to selection since you've been here? Because you've got Nonto, you've got Somerville, you've got Jen, Pirlo, Ruta.
Yes, perhaps not the first time in total, but to be honest, I prefer the situation much more instead of having situations where I have a headache how to fill the bench anyhow. And we had situation we had 3 goalkeepers with us and we're still not able to fill the bench. I prefer the situation much more. So sometimes, of course, it's the most difficult part of your job to disappoint players when they're not allowed to play in the starting lineup. And let's be honest, each and every player wants to play each and every second. But we also have to keep in mind we have 3 games within 6 days right now. Also a bit strange, I would say, from the setup. Our next opponent on Wednesday, Hull plays already today. Friday home game, then next home game on Wednesday. We have Sunday away game, Wednesday away game. But again, I spoke about not feeling sorry for ourselves, and for that I don't complain about this, and it doesn't affect the Millwall game. I just concentrate at the moment on Millwall. And yes, we want to be successful, and we have good players, and I'm confident also with this group. Obviously, yes, there was also not too much time with the whole group together after this international break, but I'm sure right now the longer we will stay together and the more time we have also on the training pitch and we work together. It's just about finding the right setup, the right balance, the right rhythm, and I'm confident that this group will win many points for us.
Thank you. Graham.
Daniel, do you address the atmosphere and what it will be like this Sunday with the younger element of the group who might not have experienced that before?
Yes, we've spoken already about this. So the Den is an unbelievably tough place to go. I've played there several times, and yes, it could be also impressive, especially for young players or players who are not used to play on championship level, and especially in such a tough place. We've spoken about this. Yeah, but one thing is you can speak about this and prepare them in a theoretical way, but then to bring it on the pitch when it really counts is a different question. But this will definitely be one of our tasks. Also, like to play with fire in the heart, but also cool in the head, anyhow, and to be not impressed. Also to accept that there are periods when you have to suffer and you have to dig in and you have to fight for second balls and to defend unbelievably awake and aware. Because we spoke about the physicality and also the intensity that they place, that the Millwall team under Gary Road plays, especially at home, and we are pretty respectful. But again, so each and every game on this level is complicated and not easy. For that, we don't travel in fear. We travel also with confidence, and we want to win points.
How do you deal with situations where players have off-field issues, like Jan Pavega has at the minute? Does that affect their availability for you to play? Do you set expectations for them?
No, in general. So I respect all my players as being human beings and also mature, and they have a private life. And obviously, I always prefer when also in their private life everything is okay. But like all human beings, it's also professional. It's also to be up to work, and we all have sometimes our times when it's also a bit tough for us due to private reasons or whatever. And then we still have to keep going in our job. So again, it's also like I ask them to be professional and to concentrate on the hard work, and this is also what we do. And sometimes even in general, when there is even a bit more challenging or difficult times, also on a private note, it always helps to concentrate on your work, and especially it helps to concentrate on football, to be together there with your teammates and do what you love because we all love to play and to work in football, and for that it won't affect us. It won't affect us too much. And if I sense this anyhow on the training pitch or something like this, yes, I would react. But I have not sensed anything at all, and for that, all players are available, who are there are available.
It was interesting that Archie Gray stayed here during the international break when he could have got away with England. How much are you having to manage him, and how much are you going to have to manage him physically this season?
First of all, he's blessed with unbelievable physicality, I have to say, so unbelievable endurance, and otherwise it wouldn't be possible for a 17-year-old guy on this level to play so many minutes. And he's there with outstanding data, and we watch him quite carefully, also to check that he's not there with too much overload. But so far he's done really well. He had a minor injury, and for that we all decided then also it's the best for him to recover a little bit. and also because he's playing so many games on senior level and also like on the top level, I think also for his individual development, it wouldn't be too beneficial if he plays too many games more or less on youth level. But the biggest problem was more like the minor injury, and it was good that we gave him also a few days off to let this settle. But then also during this week he was capable to be there back in team training. Just have to make sure that also like from the soft skills, also like from the mental side, from the pressure, it's not too much load on the shoulders of a 17 years old. This was also one of the reasons we wanted to bring in some options, but also some experienced players like Kamara, like Ruev, anyhow, who can help him handle, because he's still on the learning path. And it's also important to have players on his side who can also help him to handle the burden. But I have to say I'm quite pleased with him, and I also got the feeling he's such a good familiar background, and also he's so settled as a personality for such a young guy that he's capable to handle the pressure. And at the moment he's on a really good path, but we all take care for him. That's quite important.
How exceptional do you think his ability is? There's a lot being said about him at the moment, and he looks incredibly talented. What's your observation of him?
Well, the whole world seems to praise him a lot, and there's a lot of hype around Archie, so I think it's beneficial when his manager, his coach is a bit more calmed and doesn't praise him too much, and speaks also about the areas in his game where he can improve and has to improve and what he has to learn. I think it's beneficial, because it would be easy for me also to sing the praise about him, but if everyone praises him, so I think I protect also like that he's still down to earth and ground. I don't want to speak too much about his abilities, more like also the areas in this game where he can improve. But if his development goes further on exactly like this, then I think not just Leeds United but the whole country can be happy that we have such a talented young player.
Chris is just going to do his 2 questions under embargo if we can flip cameras off and stuff like that.
Hi, Daniel.
Chris, when you're ready.
Obviously, you came into the club and just been relegated, you had all the contract issues, then the transfer window closes, then you have an international break. How relieved are